Hello, I am the daunting third Ravdium, the living bathtub who peaked platinum in paladins. I have some explaining to do for this slideshow. So I was a bit half asleep, 2 cups of coffee, had some morbid thoughts, and I remembered some old questionable artwork I saw when I was young online. And I was like, wait a second. Can the eye actually be used? And then I made a joke about, oh, you shouldn't be gouging out Tozu's eye to use the eye socket as a DLC new whole thing. And I was like, wait, I should actually do some research and see if can you actually? And that's how we ended up here when I was half asleep. I'm still so tired, but I went outside for about 1.5 hour walk. We're here. Stop the distractions. I was half asleep when I was doing research on this, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go outside, and now I return. My mind is more active now, but there's now a sunk cost fallacy. Why did I start to make this? I have no idea why myself. Well, actually, I said earlier, starting morbid thoughts, I was half asleep on my 2nd cup of coffee. And then this is the stuff I come up with. So, fuckable. Question mark. Technically, yes. Morally, no. First, we have to address something first. Tozu has 2 eyes. So we have to go to the eye and removal. Also, a note here. Even though this is about the eye socket, do not nut in the eye. Generally bad for you. You are at risk of infections, along with just like pain and stuff. See here a picture of the mouse slides, so disable that. I was trying to zoom in, but no, apparently I can't. See here, Tozu has 2 eyes, but they are have a cover because that eye can banish demons and ghosts. So we are not to doge out one of the eyes for this hypothetical thing. And over here I had a website where they use a method of attaching hooks into the eye to rip it out, to replace it. But that's not what we're going for here today. That's a medical procedure. But we have to... I'm tapping with using a spoon. I have to put an image of a spoon here. So I was like, okay, what's in use to move an eye? It's like a spoon or like a stooping object would work. But there's the taste of over here. See over here, there's some muscle tissues. They are the rectus, oblique as well for the edges. Those muscles, it looks like you're attached to like fiber tables or like there's like ribbon tables like to the eye, but they're not actually attached. It just looks like that. That's how the eye moves using those. You know, I was searching up very information for this, but kept thinking like general stuff about it, like biology about the eye, when that's not what I was looking for. We're looking about the socket and the removal of the eye to see if it's viable for scientific purposes. So over here, we have a diagram of the eye, but the main thing I would point out here is the optical nerve seems to be attached to the eye. So that will be an issue, is that if the eye will have something you need to touch. That will be permanent damage though, unless you can have like the eye hanging out. I don't know how much you can stretch an optical table. I'm assuming having your eye out of your skull is going to hurt. Even though we're talking about today, it's okay. Let's move on to the next one. The eye socket, which is also known as the orbit. So it is about 40 to 45 millimeters deep. You can see the image right here, some dimensions. So down 45, but an angle 35 mm. This is on average. Not everyone's skull is the same shape, but this is an average, enough to compare to the average male genital size. Apparently it's 5.45 inches, which is about 138.43 mm. Now, as you can see, that is a big difference. You will not be getting much of the genital into the sockets. also should probably bring up the fact here that on the multiple images of people with their eyes removed, it showed had really weird to be saying. It showed has like more of like the muscles to like a wall or something around it. I don't know if that's leftovers from the eye, but you also have to move those as well. So something to look out for as well. So it's probably not all just empty socket once you get past that. There'll probably still be some muscles there, which of course, like I said before, brute force it with a spoon. Of course, the general size can also vary by person, and of course, health, genetics, also factor into the size of the genitals. So who knows? Maybe if you're a midget or a dwarf, it could work. I don't know. And this is a bit of a side tangent. This is on the topic of the male genitals. I must remind you of testicular cancer. So I found out that this was actually a thing because the Deadpool DVD had like thing about testicular cancer. It's like promo thing about, hey, you should check for some lumps on your balls. As we are talking about something that is pretty bad for health. It was like, okay, I at least have to advise some positive health. But yeah, so check your balls for some lumps, abnormal lumps. You search up more information. I have my sources over here. What was it? I don't know. Testicular cancer. Oh, this is Mayo Clinic. I don't even know if that's a reputable source or not. Alright, I was trying to look for my DVD Toad thing that had it, but I couldn't find it. So I had to go online and find an image for the DVD. It was on the back of like the digital Toad for it. I didn't even like that movie. It sort of sucked. So yep, I've got PSA out of the way. I advise you to take more information and make sure you don't get testicular cancer and leave it untreated. And now we go to the after the eye is done. Wait, I thought there was 6. Did I slide? I forgot to make a slide, didn't I? About the issues from using the hole. But I had like a slide that more explains it. This is the last slide. There's nothing else here. Why? After the eye is done. Stall emoji. So the fat and muscles shrink. So that's depending on it. If it's like, it'll be pretty bad trying to get like a replacement eye afterwards. But of course, if you're not planning to, for this hypothetical situation, okay, and then there's also something of phantom eye syndrome. This is when the brain starts playing tricks on you because it can't connect to the eye that's missing, which is also pretty bad for your health. And long-term, socket discharge something. It's like just discharges. I'm assuming the fluids start leaking out of the eye, and it can get infected. I must also advise you as well for the whole nutting. I don't think it's healthy to release yourself in the eye socket. That does not sound like a good idea in this hypothetical situation. And that is part of the issues of using the hose. It's really unsanitary for the person who is having the hole be DLC traded. What was I doing with this? I have no idea what. 2 cups of toffee, and this is what I think of. What? In any case, I've been Lavdium. I should probably go stream so this doesn't get put on the algorithm. This is like, I can't defend myself with this. Is that, I'm half asleep, second cup of toffee. Is that actually a thing? Did that actually happen? And now that I've done this, it's like, okay, no, you can't really fit it in. This is not very practical at all. Technically, depending on your definition of, was it intercourse or just a sexual act, yes, it could possibly work. But of course, very uncomfortable, size mismatch as well, and of course, health complications. There's probably a morbid thing I could say that would not matter for the health complications, but I'm assuming that this is all a consensual thing between you and your partner, right? What else? Okay, let's just probably stop here. I've been Ravdium. I think I know why my wife doesn't sleep in the same room as me anymore.